So now I'm entering the Mississauga Drive Test Center. And you see on the right hand side, these are the spots. These are numbered. Let me show it to you. Yeah, these are the numbered spots. So what you want to do is, it would be a good idea to reverse park here. So I'm going to reverse park in one of the spots, and then I'm going to start showing you the route. Okay, so now I'm going to start the route. Okay, so we make a left from here, and I'm coming out of the drive test center. So you go straight. You want to keep it slow here. You want to keep a speed of like 20 kilometers per hour. You see there's a bump here. There's like 3 speed bumps here, and you want to drive slow, keep it a little slow. And there's a stop sign here. Do not miss the stop sign. So you want to stop before the white line here. And now this is a very wide road. You see there are some trucks parked. There might be some cars parked when you do the test. So you want to keep it on the left hand side. So treat it like a 2-lane road. And you want to drive here in the middle. And from here, they're going to ask you to turn left. It is called Maritz Drive. It's Maritz and Longside Drive. So you make a left here. Make sure you look in all the directions, and make sure you turn. When you turn left, you go around the yellow line. Sometimes some people go on the left side of the yellow line, so you don't want to make that mistake. Now here, since you've turned left into the first lane, you want to switch to the right lane. Go to the right lane. If you don't get the time, that's okay. Do not worry, because you are going to be asked to turn left at the lights coming up. So you'll have to switch back to the left lane here to turn left at the lights. Now this is a separate left lane here. Now we're going to make a left turn on Derry Road West. It's a very straightforward route. Yes, due to COVID-19, there isn't much traffic, but on a usual day also, you would not see a lot of traffic. Another thing I want to tell you is that Derry Road is 70 kilometers per hour. So when you turn left here, you will be expected to get up to 70. But don't worry, it won't be for too long, because, by the time you get up to the speed of 70, it would be time for you to make the right turn. I know some people get worried that, they might have to get up to 70 and they think they won't be able to, but there's nothing to worry. Now, when you're waiting to make a left turn, you want to keep your head moving to see what's happening around you. You keep an eye on the lights. Right now I see that the lights on the left-hand side are green. So as soon as they turn yellow, I know that it will be my turn to make left after 5 seconds. So I want to be ready when I see the yellow light. And another thing you want to know when you're making a left turn is, how many lanes does the road have? If there are 2 lanes, you want to know that you want to turn into the first lane and then switch to the right lane automatically, because the examiner is not going to ask you to switch to the right lane, but they're going to expect you to switch to the right lane, because that is a safe lane for you, and you don't want to impede traffic in the left lane by driving at the speed limit, because mostly people drive faster in the left lane. So here I'm going to make a left turn. There are 3 lanes here, so I'm going to try to get up to the speed of 70. And now I'm going to switch lanes. I'll check my blind spot, and I would again switch to the rightmost lane without the examiner telling me. That's because you know what the route is, and I'm telling you where they will ask you to turn. But it's always good to drive in the rightmost lane. So this is where you turn right. It's called St. Barbara Boulevard. So it's a green light. I'll check, I'll look, I'll turn my head, and this is one lane here. On the right hand side, you see it's a bike lane, solid yellow line. So now there's no speed sign posted. The rule is that if there's no speed sign posted, you can drive at 50. So you can drive at 50 on these streets. There's a stop sign. Do not miss the stop sign. Make a full stop. Count 1, 2, 3, and then go. Now, here they could ask you to turn left on any street, to ask you to do maneuvers like a 3-point turn, or a parallel parking, or a roadside stop. Now, this is where they mostly ask you to turn left. It's called Comiskey Court. Now, you see there are some cars parked here. Here, they could ask you to do parallel parking. Now, parallel parking is subject to availability of cars, right? If there are cars parked, they would ask you to do a parallel parking. Assuming you've done the parallel parking, they will ask you to do a 3-point turn. So you pull up on the right hand side, right by the curb with your signal, and then you do the 3-point turn. If you don't know how to do a 3-point turn, you can watch this video. I'm showing you the link here. So you want to be very careful. 3-point turn, especially, experienced drivers, they think that, it's a very easy thing, and they forget to look around, and that's where they lose points. So you want to make sure you're looking all around when you do the 3-point turn. Now you turn right again on St. Barbara Boulevard. Now, since there's no line here, I'm going to stop behind the sidewalk here. I'm going to creep up a little bit, look around, and then turn right again. Make sure you don't go into the solid line, because that's for bikers. And again, you don't see a sign here, so you drive at, I would say you drive at 40 here. 50 feels too fast, or yeah, I would drive at 40 to be safe. 50 feels too fast on this road. Now here, be careful. I want to show you this. You see this yellow line, 2 yellow lines? Now, if you have to turn left, you see there are dotted lines here, dotted yellow lines. So if you want to turn left, you can feel free to get in from here. But I would recommend you keep driving straight and enter from where the white line begins. You see the white dotted line here? This is for you to enter to make the left turn. And this is where they will ask you to make a left turn. That was a tricky thing there. Some people, what they do is they get in between the 2 yellow lines. So do not make that mistake. Now I'm waiting to make a left turn here. I'm looking all around. So what I want to tell you is, when you have your test booked here at the Mississauga location, if you live around here, I would suggest come here in the evening after the hours and get familiar with the route. See what it looks like, know what to expect. Go around the other streets that I haven't taken you to, so that, you can make yourself familiar with the streets and with the speed signs and other signs that I haven't talked about. Well, there wasn't any sign that we have missed, but you still want to know the route better. You know, when you're nervous, you tend to miss things that are very obvious. So it'll be better if you practice here for 3 to 4 times before you do the test. That way you will, not have the fear of the unknown. You will know the route, and that helps a lot. That actually helps a lot. So while you're reading, you want to keep your signal on, the left signal on. A lot of people ask me, Harminder, do I need to keep the signal on while I'm waiting to make the turn? Well, of course, yes. People behind you want to know what your intentions are, and people around you also want to know where you're going. Okay, the light is green. I'll look all around. That's a wide road again, so the speed limit here is 70. So I'll get up to the speed of 70 and then I'll try to switch lanes to the right. And again, I'm going to try to go to the rightmost lane. Depending on how much traffic there is on the road, I'll switch when it is safe. You want to come to the right lane automatically without the examiner telling you, because you have to turn right on this road. This is called Meritz Drive. So it was just a small stretch of 70, as you saw. So you make a right turn here, green light. You look all around and turn right here. It's one lane. Again, no speed sign here. You can drive up to 50 kilometers per hour here. I would drive at 50 here. I am currently at 55. I went up to 55, but 55 even didn't feel too fast. But you want to practice driving at 50 here. You don't want to take a chance. You don't want to go over 50 here. Now we turn right here at the first stop sign that you hit, which is Longside Drive, and we come back to that wide road. I would stay on the right hand side here. I would not drive in the middle, because most of the times, like, I actually have never seen any car parked on this side of the road. And you want to stay on the right because, this is in line with the road to the drive test center. We're back to the speed bumps here. So there's 3 speed bumps. You want to be slow here. You want to be very careful when you're entering the parking lot. So my speed at this moment is fluctuating between 10 and 25. I would say keep it slow, keep it to 20. And there you go, we're back. And this is where they could ask you to do a reverse parking or a forward parking. Well, it's reverse parking if you haven't done a parallel parking, and forward parking if you have already done parallel parking. So it's either or between reverse parking and parallel parking. So that's that. I have reverse parked now, and that's the end of the test.